How do you communicate with your boss so that they know what you're doing, appreciate what you're doing, and are willing to vouch for you? At the end of this video, I'm going to leave you with 3 strategies to manage that communication, regardless of your boss is really super busy, if they have way too much time on their hands, or anywhere in between. Even if your boss doesn't know exactly what you do, and especially if they don't know. For the best strategies to take your career to the next level, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you can be notified when I post new content weekly. I'm Christina Dellisanti-Miller of Full Potential Realized, and I'm a career transition coach. That means I help mostly women move their career from point A to point B. And that could be getting a promotion, taking on a new role, taking on managing people, or just upping your compensation. So I had a super interesting conversation with some employees at IBM, and this is a variation on one of the questions that was asked. How do I communicate with my manager in a way that meets my needs and their needs for both of our advantages? So before I get into the 3 strategies, I'm curious, how do you think about managing your communication with your manager? Please post in the comments to benefit all of us. First strategy is to take an end user view or an external view, meaning start from where they are versus where you are and think about what's really important to them, what do they need, and how do they need to receive the information. Because an external view, which is coming from the end user's perspective, will give you different focal points and different ways of thinking about what your deliverables are versus if you're just thinking about, from your perspective, what are you trying to accomplish. I'm thinking of 2 examples of people on my team. I have one example where I needed background information and this person came to me with a binder of organized things, including what I asked for, and also she said, you're probably gonna need this and you're gonna need this, and here it is organized the way you're gonna need it. Beautiful. Yeah. I've also had a person on my team, brilliant person. I really needed their help with something. I was really slammed at the time and asked them to construct something, and it came back so complicated and so in their way of thinking of it that I had to put it to the side, and it was just like, oh. And I know they had the best intention, but there was that piece about working backwards from how I was going to use it and how I was going to need it that was just missing. Do you know this perspective about your manager? Part of it is intuitive, but part of it is having conversations with them. How are they using the information? What are their goals? Who's asking them questions? What are some questions that they may be asked at the last minute that they won't have a lot of time to prep for? Right? So that leads us to the second point, which is how do you support your manager in a way that makes them look great and to avoid looking bad? So one of the things that sometimes happens to managers is somebody will come to us and say, what's going on with this thing? And give it to me now. A senior executive is asking this question. And so we're trying to pull information together under duress, and the senior executive is going to flip if it's not correct and immediate. So how do we get in front of situations like that, trying to anticipate and be proactive about what kinds of information can we present about our contribution or our deliverables in a way that at a moment's notice we can pull that, or we have ongoing routines around how we report that information. Third tip is to adapt to the manager's style and circumstances. How much time does that person have on their hands? Do they like an in-person conversation, or do they want a bulleted list? I've had managers that had so little time, it was like, communicate with me once a week in this exact format, and here's the information I need. And working together to figure out what they need and giving it to them in that format is it. I've had other managers that want to talk to you every day, and you're balancing your time to make the time to really have thoughtful conversations and really be with them for a great deal of time to work through things together. Those are 3 simple things to think about, but they will profoundly affect the quality of your relationship with your manager and the perception about how you deliver what your actual deliverables are, how it's packaged, and how you collaborate with them in a way that works for them. If you've been thinking about becoming a manager, I have a freebie that can help you to do your due diligence, your exploration. It's a list of 20 questions that you can ask experienced managers to find out about what it's really like on a day-to-day basis, what they love about it, what the most important skills are, like that. You can grab that at fullpotentialrealized.com/manager. Stay tuned for more videos on taking your career to the next level. I'll give you a playlist up here. And please like this video, give it a comment, share it with your friends, share it on social media, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thanks. I look forward to seeing you next time.